Thursday, and that means it is time to talk all things family-friendly fun this week here in the Low Country. The Children's Museum of the Low Country CEO and President Karen Coltrane is here with me now. Welcome back, Karen.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Always great to be with you. We just had a lot of fun out in St. George.
Yep.
Celebrating the new Children's Museum in St. George. How has everything been going?
Busy, which we're so excited about. We had no idea. There's never been, to our knowledge, in the industry, a children's museum satellite that opened in a more rural area.
Yeah.
So we weren't quite sure how it was going to go, but we are stunned. People are seeing the segment that you and I did, and people are hearing about it and coming, and so we're so excited about that.
If you haven't been out there yet, if you live in that area, even if you live here in the Charleston area,
we're
please go.
seeing people from Somerville, Orangeburg, Walterboro that are driving into St. George.
It's incredible. It really is. There's so much history there, and it's so intentional the way that you guys did everything. There's a lot of, St. George in there too, which is really special. You guys really pay homage to that, and it's free to go right now.
It is right now. That's right. Take advantage of that.
So it's free to go to the Children's Museum, so don't forget to check that out. Highly recommend. It's so much fun for all kids.
Thank you.
Thespians, people who like grocery stores, voting, like there's so much. There's so much.
We bought the best of what we could in a little miniature version.
I had a blast there. I had a blast. So any kid would have a blast too. Highly recommend going out there.
We had state senators and representatives having a blast at the opening. So
it's so much fun. Congratulations
again.
Thank you. Always doing something good. All right, what's happening this week in the Low Country?
Well, I got a couple things to tell you about, and they're both with the same theme, interestingly.
Okay.
So the first one's our friends down the road at the International African American Museum are doing a film series, summer film series, with an outdoor screening of the Disney movie Soul.
Ooh.
And that is actually tomorrow from 6 to 9 p.m. So it should be fun, and they have such a beautiful, meaningful facility that just gives you goosebumps standing there. So I can't imagine using that, and it's the outdoor area down beneath the building, so I think that'll be great for families who want to know about that. Definitely. And then if you love more free movie watching, then mark your calendar for a movie play date at the Bees Ferry West Ashley Library. It's Saturday, June 8th from 10 to noon. And they're going to enjoy a morning of free play with educational and fun toys, and then the movie watching. And they're going to watch Migration.
Oh.
Yeah, which is a story of little ducks that come from Canada. They're trying to make it down to the Bahamas, and instead they end up in New York City.
Oh, that's so cute.
Which, it should be interesting.
Yeah, two really fun ones. And the kids a lot of us are out of school right now, right?
Right. So getting out, seeing a movie.
Gotta keep them busy.
That's right. Gotta keep them busy. So since the two kind of interesting things that were going on that I found were movie related, I thought let's talk about when can you take them to movies? When does that all happen?
Yeah.
Because, that's I did a little research on what our pediatricians and early childhood researchers saying these days. Yeah. So, of course, the immediate thing you think about is age appropriateness of a movie, right? So the Motion Picture Association tries to help us out with their rating system. And everybody, like with real littles, looks for G rating, right? Okay, because that's general audiences, anybody. Okay. Or PG, which is parental guidance, but it should be okay. Know your child. And that's sort of the message in all of this, is you really do have to know your child. Now, the challenge with this, I always thought this when I was raising my son, was they say, parents, make sure this content works. Well, then you have to go see the content. And most families don't have the resources to go check out a movie, got to have somebody take care of the kids, then go back and watch it again. I mean, who does that? Maybe some people do, but
hope for the best.
Most people don't. Yes, you do kind of hope for the best. So what I would encourage people to do is to do a little research, because happily that's all out there now, and you can go online and at least hear the storyline and hear if there's going to be maybe scary moments or romantic moments that you do or do not want to deal with yet for your child. And I'll give an example. Knowing your child. So I remember back in the old days when you'd pop the movie in to watch it. My son was watching. I wanted to watch Beauty and the Beast. I had never seen it. Yeah. He was young.
Seen it?
I had not seen it way back when.
Okay.
Way back
when.
Right
when it came out.
No, I've seen it now, but I popped it in to watch it with my then probably almost 2-year-old.
Yeah.
It did not work. there was a scene in there where the pipe organ is bolted to the wall and he has a little screaming fit and gets angry, and I watched my son's face and I was like, okay, this is not working for him. So we just took that out of rotation. We stayed in the movies we were watching, and then I brought it out like a year later and it didn't faze him.
Yeah.
So, you know, he was kind of known for not liking people yelling. I think he's probably still that way. But at any rate, that's, you know, you kind of know those things about your child. So if you can research the movie just a little bit, you may be able to avoid getting an upset child over it. And that's what we want, is we want them to have fun. But movies help kids start to have conversations with them about it, and I encourage parents to do that. There's a lot you can launch out of in a movie. But keep watching them with your children, because one day they want to go on their own. So these are times for parents to have these moments.
Yeah, I remember going to the movies so much when I was a kid, and I feel like I don't see that as much now.
Well, one of the challenges, and when I looked at this, and thank you for mentioning that because I skipped right over it, one of the other challenges parents have is there just aren't G-rated content anymore. And you really are with PG. I looked at Disney's last several releases. They're all PG or PG-13. And part of their challenge, it's not really their fault, they're not trying to do this, but in order to attract a wide enough audience, they just have to have content that appeals to grown-ups and children, and they're trying to find that place, and it pushes them out of the G rating. The last G movies I could see were in 2019, Frozen 2 and Toy Story 4. So yeah, iconic, they're great. But you know, there isn't a lot that you're going to have to kind of investigate those PG movies and see what you can do with it.
Yeah, and kind of look at the throwbacks too, because again, like all the classic movies I feel like were coming out when I was little and growing up. There's so many good ones. So just because it was like 20 or so years ago doesn't mean it's not good for kids.
Or go back to Lady and the Tramp.
Yes, or go way back.
Go to the Wayback Machine.
Yeah, no, there were so many good ones, so many classic. Any other ones you know of right now that you would recommend?
You know, I'm kind of your era when you were coming along. I'm a big fan of Aladdin. Hercules is one I think gets looked over that has kind of a powerful message for the girls. So I don't know, those stand out for me.
I like it. And there's, you know, music in all of those.
The music's all good.
The music is amazing.
It is.
It's always so good. And it's good for kids to sing along.
Oh, yeah.
So good. All right, Karen, I loved this parent tip today. This
You're
was so
welcome.
good. This was fun.
You're welcome.
And when it's hot out here in the Low Country, it's great to go watch a movie with
That's
your
right.
kids,
Middle of the day activity.
Definitely.
That works.
We need it. Karen, thank you so much.
Thank you.